My name is Rela Dinesh from CSIDA section in soft skills and interpersonal communication. My tech talk concept is 5 reasons your fear of public speaking is an advantage. I will say what is a public speaking. First we know the a very common term is a fear. All we are undergone somewhere in our lives. Most of the time fear we will face this fear. We will have this fear while we are communicating, while we are conveying our message in small scale or large scale audience. Now we'll see. Now we'll see speaking fear. What is a speaking fear? Speaking fear in biological terms, speaking fear is a glossophobia, and simply we can say an anxiety, which decreases the confidence, which decreases the confidence and the communication and decreases the communication effectiveness, where it leads to the somewhat it leads to the self doubt and negative evaluation. Sometimes it leads to the negative evaluation. And the common symptoms of this fear is individuals experience public speaking fear may exhibit a symptoms such as sweating, timbering, and rapid heartbeat. Physical, physiological symptoms often includes excessive consciousness and fear of embarrassment and overthinkings, which hinder the effective communication and presentation. We are all undergone in some these common symptoms of fear. Why fear is a normal and common? Why fear is a normal and common? Because it is a basic characteristic of human, such that it is a normal and common for everyone. It is a common phobia. It 75% of the population at some time will have this fear. This fear is a natural human response of the fueled by the desire of social acceptance. See, now we'll see about the hurriness, nervous, and energy. Nervousness before speaking often translates into the heightened energy and alternateness. Rather than suppressing this energy, transformed it into the enthusiasm and encouraging both yourself and your audience and more effectiveness. We have to hold our nervous because as we are be- we, because as we are speaking in front of a large scale or small scale audience, or if we'll higher authorities, we will feel nervousness. We will have this and we will get this nervous. If we are nervous, we cannot communicate, we cannot translate our message effectively, such that it leads to a negative self-doubt and negative evaluation of our. Instead of that, we have to translate this nervousness into the nervous energy, where it must be transformed into enthusiasm. If enthusiasm is there, then we will confidently speak about our concept, or we confidently convey our message to our audience more effectively, in more effective way. Preparation thoroughly, practice man perfect. We know not we will not do big, we will not do. If we are habituated of practice, then we'll definitely will be successful person, and we will lead a happy life, and we will develop our career step by step, and we will be a higher position in our careers. Okay, fear often drives individual to prepare extensively for their presentation. Comprehension preparation can elevate an anxiety, providing sense of control. If we are preparing thoroughly in every step, if we are preparing for 10 times in every time, we will reduces our anxiety, we will eliminate our anxiety, and we are more control on our topic, and we will convey our message impactfully. Okay, fostering authenticity. Acknowledging your fear can foster authenticated in your presentation, audience appropriate, genuine speaker, and sharing personal experience of overcoming an anxiety and create a meaningful connection. Now we will see about Connection with the audience. Connecting with the audience. In this picture, the speaker is conveying some message for large scale audience. In this, if we are in that position, we will definitely afraid, because if we see that much large audience, we will feel afraid. Instead of that, we have to maintain a eye contact eye contact for every side, such that we will feel somewhat free, and we will slowly adapt to that environment, such that we have to make eye contact, genuine connection. Simply, we can say genuine connection of eye contact, which decreases the anxiety. Understanding the audience perspective. If we understand the audience perspective, we can make our presentation simply and interestingly. If we are not understanding the perspective of audience, and our message will be not useful that much for that audience, such that we have to know about the perspective, such that we can hold our audience, and we can make impact by conveying our message, and we can make them more interest on our presentation. Now we'll see the reliable storytelling. This storytelling, it may be we have to add this slide story of anecdotes or relatable story, or we can add our own story, which will be somewhat entertain to our for our audience. Okay, for our audience. Our presentation may know some of them, which we are conveying our info message. May know some of them may know. Some may they may know some of them may know, such that it leads to the uninterest in our presentation. To make them also interest, we have to keep this storytelling, such that they will attract, and they will interact, or they will be uh, make interest on our presentation, and they will be good environment for us. Overcoming challenges, as we talk in previous slides, some challenging is fear and anxiety and judgment, negative uh, self doubts, and negative evaluations, or not elevation, evaluation. This all are the challenges. To face them, first we have to be a stress free. For stress free, we have to take a deep breath before we are starting our conversation, or else for presentation, before large scale or small scale, it will definitely reduce our stress. This is the one method. Learning from experience is a basic term we all know. From experience we learn more and more. And after the presentation, we have to take obviously we will gain experience. We have to take feedback. The feedback may be positive way or negative way. If it is positive way, then okay, thank God. If it is negative way, thank God more, because in the negative feedbacks only if encourage us or affect our more, because in negative feedbacks we will mainly focus on our um weaker domains. In weaker domains, negative feedbacks will make more strong in our weaker domains. So don't hesitate, or don't be depressed for those negative feedbacks. You have to work on the negative feedbacks more. Now we'll see the genuine confidence over time. Confidence in public speaking, it builds a cumulative throughout the practice and experience. Regular engagement in the speaking opportunity combined with self-reflection and constructive feedback gradually transforms fear into the self-assurance. And how to gain the confidence we have seen in previous slide. Now we'll see developing the strong presentation skills. Fear often highlights the needs for the preparation, pushing speaker to practice the rigorously strong presentation skills and cultivated throughout the structured practice, speaking opportunity leading to the proved the performance and confidence. How we will develop the presentation skills? As we practice the presentation skills ultimately increases. If we practice 10 times in each step, we will convey our message more effectively, and most of the speakers will be, definitely they will practice rigorously, and they will take feedback, and they will focus on the weaker sections of the negative feedbacks. Okay, they will not hesitate of that. Now, embracing vulnerability. Acknowledging fear as the part of a journey foster authenticity and reliability. Embracing vulnerability can lead to a greater connection with the audience and turning peaceful. Vulnerability is a common one, but by embracing vulnerability, we can make connections among the audience easily, inspiring others through our journey. Your experience in overcoming the public speaking fear can serve as a motivational for others, sharing personal stories for the challenging and success can inspire and empower the new speakers and embracing their fears and grow. As I said, we can share our personal stories. Sometimes the personal experience must not share because it leads to somewhat personal bias, and sometimes it leads to the um, sometimes leads to some conflicts. Okay, sometimes not every time, sometimes. So it is better to keep our personal experience within ourselves. Sometimes we can share it. Okay, not every time will happen, sometimes it may happen. Okay, this is all about fear and how to overcome that fears and 5 reasons of the fear. Thank you and have a nice day.